Rightio, hello everyone. So let's get started. Today is Thursday. Now, as you can see, this is gold. We had a bit of a small, not very exciting day, let's say, but in any case, if you take a look, the market did come to this zone. If you bought from this zone, there were only two places to buy. One was here, one was here. You should have been okay yesterday, kind of like went up. But as you can see, the day has not been very exciting. Okay, so same again. Let me first put up here the Astro hours for today, and here we are. Okay, and if I just refresh this, okay, so as you can see, we're still in that zone. Now I'm going to get rid of this, okay, because that's already done and breached. So I'm going to pull this all the way here. Let's take a look at the daily first. Now, as you can see, this zone, I did say, should be a bounce off position. If it's going to be a sell opportunity, we might have an A, B, C kind of formation coming down. And if it comes down and come back down all the way into 2,200 zone here, or even lower actually, back into 2,000. Can it do it? Well, we've got 2,250 in front of us. That's still an option, okay? But from here, going up first and then coming down is also a logical way to go. So I'm going to get rid of this because that's already, so this is already done. Let's do that. And as you can see, we're still in a triangle still, okay? So at the end of the day, market can pick up from here as well and keep pushing up. That's also a possibility. Now, this is a line we've got today. The first support is 45, 2,299, and it's done it. Okay, so this is 2,299, just shy of. We might just dip down into here. It's not a bad place to buy for a support, okay, because this is like our PST level. So 45 at Astro hours, 2,300 is okay to buy. Now remember also the swing days, right? Swing day for gold is Friday. So we had Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so this is your Monday, that's your Tuesday. All right, so that could take us into Friday, and buying here to go up into Friday is not a bad idea. Okay, it's either that or it's going to break down. Okay, but buying the support at an Astro hour for us is always okay. All right, it's not going to be a drama. So just wait for the Astro hours. Now I am expecting a bit of a push. I made a comment and a note in the members area, so be mindful, because when I say I'm expecting some kind of a push, a sudden push and so on, it could be, it could go both ways. Okay, so don't dive into it here. Wait for that sudden you can wait for that sudden unexpected move to happen. Today the sweet hours, this 10 past 10 is not a bad spot. Okay, 10 past 10 is around here. And then a disruptive move can happen into 11:45, and that can take us to 125. Now the reason I said this is a bit tricky is because, let's say this is 10 past 10, right? That disruptive move can be that way or that way, we don't know. Okay, so we need to be careful. If until 10:10 we're down, let's say, if at 10 past 10 we're here, this is not a bad spot. Okay, so because this is the closing price, the opening price, and it's not a bad place to buy actually. All right, but just be mindful. Okay, just be mindful that we might have a sudden move. If this is a peak formation happening, then we should break upwards. All right, so this zone is okay to kind of like go up. You can also keep your lot small, not a problem. Okay, and then that should kind of like push us into 3 o'clock. Now I need you to be mindful for the news. I talked about it the other day, so be mindful for the hours of the news, and then you can trade those after the news. We've got 2:55 and 5:45 my time. Okay, and then that should kind of like give us a move into 7:45. From there, the market has a potential to change, and we should have a target of 9:30. That 9:30 target can either continue until closing, or it could hang around there, one or the other. Okay, so that's gold. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now this is the euro on the daily. This is logical as well. Remember, we talked about going up into here, so there's no real drama here. Now with the euro dollar, Thursday is the swing day. All right, so it's nice pushing us into there, so we should get into those targets. Okay, so up to this zone here, and that is going to be, what is that, 54, so 1.0750, which is fine, because remember we had that 0760 zone. Okay, 0735 and 0764, wasn't it? We had somewhere. Let's take a look. There you go. 0730 and so on. So if you also played your cards right, did the Astro hours from yesterday, probably should have been from around here yesterday. Okay, yesterday was Wednesday, so we had what, 115, 145 to 145. That's your 145 there on the daily pivot. Okay, and that's that. And then we had the 515. That's your 515 down. And then basically going into that 1015 over there, 1030. That's your 1030 there. Alright, so from the lows there, back there, we didn't have anything here, so that zone was 645. Yeah, we didn't have anything there. Okay, but that was an hour there, and so on. Now today, if you mark it in, we'll probably push up into that zone. And also from the beginning of the week, remember, we said we should be pushing into this double line here, and that's the goodbye kiss zone there. So I don't think there's a lot of drama here. I think it's pretty much what the market's doing. So we have a impulse wave, A, B, C push up. We're looking to sell off today, tomorrow. Those are your daily targets where you can sell off from. This is 45. As you can see, that goodbye kiss is done. 0735, is it done? It's not done yet. 0735. Alright, so that's that. And basically that's it. And you've got 0750, 0741 here. So let's take that 0750 into there, 0745 here. So this zone is the sell zone. All right, the last value to sell at is going to be this one, which is 51 on the weekly, and that's 0826, and that's far out. Okay, so this zone should be okay once again to sell off. All right, let's take a look at SP500. Okay, so this is not a problem. SP500, as you can see, last Friday was a swing day, and then we had SP500 Monday swing day. That's your Tuesday, and then we're going into Thursday. Okay, so today's Thursday. What to do today? let's see. Those are the highs the market came down from. As you can see, so we were the highs. If you bought here, that would have been okay. You would have covered the trade since our stop losses are tight. If you sold here, you should have been also okay. Now this you definitely should have sold at if you took it. Why? Because that's the impulse wave. It breaks structure, pulls back, Astro hours on the opening closing, boom, sell off into the target. Okay, so that target is there. Okay, and those are the Astro hours. Now what to expect? Could this still carry on going down? It's just shy of that value there. Maybe we can go back up from here. Okay, so that's an impulse wave, pull back to go back up slightly higher, depending on the news. All right, depending on the news. And then you're okay to sell off as well. This zone is going to be a support zone because this is where the market picked up. And Thursday, Friday is a swing day. So we might find ourselves Thursday, Friday. Thursday we might have a low. Okay, so this might be a low. Friday we might go up. Okay, and then that will be a swing day as well. So we could have both of these days being swing days on a Thursday and a Friday. So at Astro hours, if you want to buy, this is not a bad spot to get into the game. That target is already from the other day, I think, or from yesterday. So that's done. We can get rid of it now so we won't get confused. So what to do? This zone is still a buy zone in order to go up. So we could have an A, B, C, and then start selling off again. All right. And that's the setup I think we can do. All right. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. Now the indices go together, as you know. With Dow Jones, we've got Thursday, Friday as well. NASDAQ Thursday, Friday as well. Okay, so that's Thursday, Friday. Now remember, we also had Tuesday for Dow Jones, and that's Tuesday high. So the market can also maybe go a little higher, and we can sell off on Thursday, Friday as well, because we are going to have some news. Okay, so the market pushing just a little bit higher is also okay. It's done what it needs to do here. Okay, so it's done really what it needs to do. It's matched it all up. Maybe just, you know, tapping into here and then selling off is also an option. But if you want to sell the Dow Jones, I think it's doable. Thursday, Friday from the highs, I think it's good to sell off as well. And on the weekly, we should kind of like start to push further down as well. I think we should push further down, to be honest. Okay, and this is there. Okay, and this is the top. Okay, where we had what, the 24th. Let me just check. April. There. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so that's fine. So this zone is for us still okay to sell off, I think. So look into that Thursday, Friday. If we tap up a little bit, get into this rectangle at the Astro hours, selling might not be a bad idea at all. If the market comes down instead, okay, then from here maybe Thursday we'll buy into there, Friday we'll sell into that as well. Also, if you check your swing days for next week, that might also give you a heads up. If we end up somewhere up here, then Monday we'll think about selling down. Okay. NASDAQ should be the same kind of setup. NASDAQ, we had that zone there. Alright, so this should also be like the SP500. So we should be in Astro hours when all of this is done. As you can see, a sharp sell down, breaking structure. When it goes back up, market's selling off again, which is fine because this is a zone we talked about. Okay, so market boom, boom. If it goes back up again, okay, if it does go back up again, Thursday, Friday into that zone, I think, then we can sell off again as well. I talked about these blue lines, they're always going to be a little tricky. If I make this a little bigger, you can see as well, this is why we use the PST levels. These prices are pretty nice. There's quite a few here, so when there's a few, we don't know which one is going to be taken, but what happens is you can mark those in and then match it to your Astro hours, and then with the Astro hours you can kind of like fall off. This is a good peak formation done, as you can see. So selling on the retracement would have been okay at the Astro hours, which should have been right here. Okay. So what to do with NASDAQ? Two things we can do here. You can either wait, sit and wait, don't do anything, or you can wait for the New York session, okay, and then in the New York session you can see how the market is panning out, and you can do this. You'll have to see when the market is panning out, okay, and that's the low of yesterday. If the market goes back in, okay, back in above the low of yesterday, okay, then at the Astro hours you can buy in. If you want to buy from here, it's not a bad spot. Why? Because this is where the market took off, and that's exactly where we are. That's your manipulation bar there. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. So that's fine at the Astro hours. Okay, just line up your Astro hours. So from here is okay. Slightly lower might be the way as well, but you can wait for the London Open, which is going to open soon, and then take care of it from there as well. Okay. It might just be a bit more pushy when London opens. Kind of giving us a short squeeze. Alright, so it might just squeeze the market a little bit more. Okay, so being a bit careful and cautious is not a bad idea. If the market comes into here, that shouldn't surprise you either. So Astro hours, this could be like a short squeeze and then the market turning up. Okay, let's take a look. Don't forget to cover your trades as they're happening. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, we talked about the highs, selling them off. Hasn't gone up to that level, but still, as you can see, there's selling pressure. That's the 4 hour. Let's get into the 15-minute. There we are. Okay, so the market just sold off. If you put your Astro hours in for yesterday, where are we? Astro hours, that's one. We had 145, didn't we? So if you played your cards right, 145, 230, is that 230 is 515, 515, 515 is on that bar there. Okay, and earlier on 9:12, 10 past 9, 10 past 9 is there. Alright, so from the highs here, as you can see, just market collapsing into there. Now that's an impulse wave. If we go sideways, selling the highs are okay. Selling the gap here is also okay. So the market has a potential also. If it comes up here, you can sell here as well. Okay, and that's how it is. If you want to buy, how should you buy this? Because if that's the impulse, A, B, C, maybe we'll get back into there and then they'll sell it off. This zone is still a sell zone, so okay, so you can match that in. They did this, as you can see, the day before yesterday, that white line which I talked about. So once they did it on Wednesday, Thursday, they sold off. Also with Bitcoin, remember, Wednesday was a swing day, and that's your Wednesday. All right, so if you're trading Bitcoin, we had Monday and Wednesday. All right, so that's your Monday. Market dipping down, pushing into Wednesday, making a high. Let's just make this a little bigger. Okay, and then selling off. Okay, so yeah, what to do if we get back up in there again at Astro hours? I'm okay to sell this off. Okay, as with the indices today and tomorrow, you also want to be careful since markets got swing bets. Okay, other than that though, you're in the middle of nowhere. Okay, when in the middle of nowhere, you don't want to muck around. The weekly pivot, okay, this is okay to trade. If the market dips down and pulls back in quickly, then going back up is okay. When you go back up, cover the trade, make sure you take some profit. This is a sell zone because they sold off here. After filling the gap, there should be a sell reaction here. Remember, in my opinion, we should come down, but we haven't broken or closed below that low, so it's still a question mark. But the market should come and fill in all these gaps before it wants to go up. So be careful when trading it.